listeners, viewers, whatever. Had some technical difficulties and am reconnected now.
Weather, and you are fighting some drow. Here they are.
That's right.
There are two standing, not before you. Malmer's actually directly in front of you, but about 10 feet in front of him, there are two of them. And then just behind those two, there's one more. And behind about 6 or 7 feet past them, there are three of them lying on the path in a heap. Past them, there's one of them still standing, and another one that is dead with Karaok above it, gloating.
How far away is Karaok?
Screaming.
Oh, screaming.
Yeah, it's making noise, being distracting, being scary. I'm trying to draw attention.
Something like 35 feet away.
Okay, so he's outside the range of my bless. Which is fine.
Seems like it.
In that case, I will run at the nearest, I guess, most advanced looking, not the lowest, but the highest rank.
There are three of them and Malmer in between you and the strongest one. But you can go through the foliage.
Okay. Without provoking an opportunity attack?
Yes.
Okay.
How much move? You just stood up, so you only have 15 feet of motion left.
Uh-huh.
So you actually will not be able to make it to the strongest of them.
Then I'll just make it to the first one.
Easily done. There are two of them standing next to each other.
Okay. I run as though their deaths depended on it. And
you want the left one or the right one?
How about the one to my left? Sorry, one sec. Okay. I run forward to that one, the one to my left, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And I attack with a 23 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okie dokie. And I also get a second attack, so I'll... This time also with a 23. Huh. Okay. And then...
That's it.
My attack is a... And I'm going to add my special fancy power to it, so give me 1 second. I got to just figure out what that is. What is it called? Sorry. Channel Divinity? Is that it?
Divine Smite?
Divine Smite. That's the one. There it is. Thank you. Okay. Are these undead or fiends?
Nope.
Okay. Then I will get... And here I go. Got it. The first attack does 13. The second attack does 16.
It is obliterated.
Okay.
With these two attacks, you destroy this dark elf's life completely.
The first one didn't kill it, though.
The first one did not quite kill it.
Okay, great. And then great. Now that guy is as dead as I need him to be.
All right, so that was your surprise round. Mm-hmm. Now it is the turn of the drow, and the one that is standing next to you, Weatherin, who is still alive, looks around in a way that's panicked, and then makes like a weird, freaky magic hand gesture, and casts Fairy Fire on you. Make me a charisma saving throw.
I can do that. 21.
The spell like starts up a little bit, and when it encounters your Oberonian like aura, it just fizzles out. It's like dropping a match into a sink full of water. These dancing lights are they. There's nothing left of this spell. It's obliterated, and um,
And
the drow like
if I have but a moment, because my charisma gives me a +7 on my savings throws, um, I wink at him.
he is terrified of this, like, oh no, and turns to run. You have an opportunity attack.
I seize upon the opportunity. Is that just a regular attack?
Yep.
Okay. 15.
That hits. Roll damage.
And let me see here. I'm trying to look at my spells. Okay. I will use a slot there. Sorry. Plus 1d8 for max. Okay, great. And it is 16 damage.
Wow. You what does this attack look like?
Using my longsword, my trusty longsword, and basically having just winked at him, and I see that he freaks out a little bit and is running away from me. I take advantage of the opportunity to wink at the next guy too, kind of grin at them, and then do a full 360, attempting to chop at his neck, the guy who's fleeing.
Okay. Yeah, you don't quite hit the neck, but you catch the shoulders, and you cut a really deep gash into this dark elf's shoulders as he's running away. So he continues running, but he's grievously wounded, and he passes into the vegetation to your left.
Okay.
Let's see. Hold on one second. All right, then the next drow, the one that this one had to sort of run past, what it does is it draws a bow and arrow, and it is going to step a little bit to the side to get a clear shot at Malmer, and it's going to take a shot. What does a 23 look like against your armor class, Malmer?
A resounding success.
Go ahead and take for me 7 piercing damage.
Okay. So
An arrow hits you.
an arrow. Okay. An arrow. Nuts. Well, fine then. I'll just take the damage. But I won't be happy about it.
This one just got winked at by Malmer, and so apparently by Watherin. After taking this shot at you, he starts walking backwards slowly, getting close to the 3 who had fallen. And then one of those stands up, and these ones are pretty close to you, Karauk. So the next 2 are both going to try and hit you.
Mm-hmm.
They walk up to you, and one of them is going to give you a wow. That is a critical success. He rolled a 20, so you are going to take 2d6 plus 2 damage on this occasion. Take 6 damage from that. I'm assuming that a 24 hits your armor class.
Yeah.
And remember that both of you get a +2 to all savings throws if you're within 10 feet of me.
Sweet.
The next one is
Hold
going to
on.
be a
6 damage.
17 against your armor class.
Wait. Sorry. I'm messing with it. Got confused by the interface.
If you get your armor class above 20, can you not be hit? Or
You can be hit.
6 damage. Okay, sorry. Blink, done. And I'm not within 10 feet of Wathorn, right?
You are not.
Okay, yeah, that will hit then.
17 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're going to take 5 more piercing damage from the second one.
Boop.
Oh, and then the Drow Elite Warrior should have had a turn before now, but I guess he was just lying there, sort of dazed, and letting some of his turn go by while the others fought. But the big one stands up, and looks and turns to Karauk and draws out a big wicked-looking bow and aims at you and shoots 2 arrows in very quick succession. The first one is going to be 15. How's a 15 against your armor class?
Even. I am a 15.
So he hits. You are going to take for yourself, that is 5 piercing damage. And go ahead and add 8 poison damage to that.
Ouch.
Here comes the second arrow.
All right.
Oh, critical fail. He slips and falls again and is prone. He rolls a 1, but just something about what's going on.
from a 20 to a 1.
I take the first hit and I scream right back at him.
And he can't handle it.
Surprised.
He falls again, is lying on his butt. Malmer, it's your turn. What you see before
You're
you.
muted, Josh.
What you see before you is Watherin has just made short work of one of them and chased the other one in front of him off into the thing. About 40 feet ahead of you, there's a cluster of them who are attacking Karauk.
Fair enough. I take it none of them are occupying the same 5-foot area, though.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Okay.
2 of them both just came right up to Karauk and started attacking him.
So the question is it possible to light a fire in an area that affects 2 of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will do that. I will raise my hand up and sparks and flames will spew out of the ground, and they will need to make, I believe, a dexterity saving throw. Dexterity DC 16, or take 2d8 damage, and I'll go ahead and roll the damage on that.
16.
Oops.
All right.
4.
There's one of them. That's a fail. And another fail.
All right, then they will both take 10 points of damage each. And I will move towards the elite and take out my staff and begin twirling it and kind of weaving it around and just locking eyes with them and moving towards them.
Okay. Karauk, the 2 that were just fighting you have both just been burned badly by a spell of Malmer's that you recognize.
Okay. So they're like right on top of me. There's
Right on top of you.
the lead is on his back because he slipped and he's behind them.
Yep.
And is anybody else attacking me?
No. There's one more who's standing nearby, but
Okay.
not attacking you.
The two that are right next to me, do they look as squishy as the guy that I just took down?
Yes.
Sweet. Well, this seems okay. This seems fine. I will. So, I have a question because I don't know how to play D&D. There's something confusing that I only just realized that I don't think I've realized before, which I'm sorry about. And I'm trying to find it now, and I can't. Of course.
What do you want your character to do?
I'm trying to figure out about damage calculation because there's one spot where it's talking about on my sheet where it's talking about 2-weapon fighting, and it says in one spot that on the first attack of when I do use the 2-weapon fighting thing on the first attack, I can add my ability modifier to the damage on the first attack, but it says in another place that I can't, and I'm confused. And I didn't realize that I could possibly
I am
do
not
it in the first place.
I am not the expert in your character sheet. Usually to fight with 2 weapons requires taking your bonus action to swing with your second weapon.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll read what it says.
Usually, when you do that, you do not get to add your proficiency bonus to that second attack. You only get to add your proficiency bonus to the first attack. There are various skills that will modify
as a
that.
Damage modifier is what it's saying. So here's what I found. Under the bonus actions, it says actions in combat, 2-weapon fighting. And here it reads, when you take the attack action and attack with a light melee weapon that you're holding in one hand, you can use the bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon that you're holding in the other hand, right? 2-weapon fighting. You don't add your ability modifier to the damage of the bonus attack unless the modifier is negative.
Yes, that's what I said.
Right. Now, under in the class section, under features and traits, under fighting style, you adopt a particular fighting style of your specialty, 2-weapon fighting. It says when you engage in 2-weapon fighting, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack.
Great. You can add your ability modifier. Do you have that feat?
Yes.
Go ahead and add your ability modifier to the second attack.
To the damage of the second attack. Which is exactly what the previous thing told me not to do.
Yes, that's the thing that the feat gives you is you no longer have this limitation. You're an expert at 2-weapon fighting.
Oh. Okay, great.
Please learn your character sheet and what moves you have and do not have.
I only just saw that today. That I could take that ability modifier at all.
It's probably already calculated by D&D Beyond and included.
Well, I'd assumed it would be, but I don't think that's right because then I'd have been taking that for all of my attacks, and it seems like that'd be something very wrong with the.
No, not all of your attacks, just your second one.
Well, no, but
We're out of time to talk about this turn. Please tell me what your character does.
The first guy is so I'm gonna use my first attack on one of the dudes.
Okay.
So I'm going to attack him. That is a 19.
That hits.
Okay. And this is What's that? That's going to be a 10 damage.
That one is very hurt, but still on its feet.
Very hurt. I will attack him again. That is a 24.
Definitely hits.
That is 6 damage.
That one's down.
All right.
Falls in a crumpled heap beneath your blade.
Last attack. We'll go to the next one.
All right.
Ouch. That's an 8.
An 8 misses.
8 misses. Okay. Oh, I've still got the cloak. That cloak. So everybody should be rolling at disadvantage to hit me.
They will do so in the future. Weatherin, your turn. You just slayed some guy and almost slayed another guy, and he ran off.
Great. I am going. How close is the nearest person to me?
The nearest person to you is about 20 feet away. It is
Okay.
the Drow elite warrior who just fell on his butt.
Okay. Watherin is going to flourish with his big old long sword in a friendly but menacing way. In the same kind of way I was doing with the others. And cast Bless. So now that is affecting everybody within 30 feet of me. Friendlies within 30 feet of me. And also, at the same time, and Bless looks like him doing some Oberonian, hand jives. And but he's doing it with his sword and all that. And at the same time, though it is not strictly speaking necessary to have any kind of visual thing, he starts shouting some prayer type stuff to Oberon that is really aggressive sounding. Imbue me with your whatever, and good stuff. And my longsword becomes a sacred weapon, begins to emit a bright light for 20 feet, dim light for 20 more feet after that. And judgment call from you. Are you willing for me to choose the color?
Go for it.
I want it to slowly rotate through the color spectrum. So, maybe 30 seconds to get through the whole rainbow.
Friggin' fantastic.
And that takes a few seconds, takes my turn. And I will also, because on the movement for my turn, just staring directly at the guy who just fell down. I don't know whether he's looking at me or not, but it doesn't really matter. I'm shouting a loud prayer, hopefully intimidatingly, twirling my sword around, and in no hurry at all, walking directly towards him with my now rainbow glowing sword.
Okay. So you're going to move right up next to him?
I'll say to be 10 feet away.
Okay.
I can't attack him, so mostly I'm, putting on a show.
Awesome. There is a...
hoping to be intimidating.
Okay, but you're not within direct attack range of him.
No.
Cool. So there is... it is one of the Drow's turns. This is one who was standing near the back of the line and never actually went up to Karauk to attack him, and so has missed the ravages of his attacks and the spells that Malmar launched so far. This one looks around and sees her buddies just falling right and left, and runs up to her leader and pulls open a pouch on the side of the elite drow warrior's belt and yanks out of the pouch like something like a whistle and puts it to her mouth, and her cheeks puff out and she blows really hard, but you don't hear anything. And then she looks around and drops the whistle and darts into the undergrowth to the left.
Okay.
I think that might be a good place to pause, right?
Sure, yeah. With the blowing of the whistle, we will pause for our 9 o'clock break. We'll be back at 9:11 for the conclusion of this exciting battle.
Sehr gut.
The elite drow warrior stands up, is definitely hurt, wounded, having some difficulty, but turns, looks down, sees the whistle that his compatriot just blew, and smiles. And then pulls out that nasty bow and arrow with the poison-tipped arrows and takes aim once more at Karauk, the closest to him.
Rolls with disadvantage.
Rolls with disadvantage because of...
My cloak.
Yes, your cloak. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Karauk's cloak is projecting these false images of him, making it more difficult to hit. That is going to be a really bad 9 against your armor class. An arrow just whiffs. And a 10 against your armor class. Shoots 2 arrows at Karauk.
This is
I
more
think
like it.
Karauk probably dodges a little bit because of the cloak and like hisses at him.
Mm-hmm.
To look like, oh, maybe that first shot that I got on this guy was a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
And he is also going to turn and not quite as panicked looking as the others, but he is going to stalk. Nobody's close enough to him to get an attack of opportunity. So he's just going to stalk right into the woods. Not the woods, but the foliage that's growing on each side of the path, the brush. Let's see. Who is next? This one is next. And there's some rustling in the underbrush as like to your left.
My left?
No, not you.
Okay.
We don't know where you are.
The underbrush on the left of the road.
The underbrush on the left of the road.
Okay.
And then there's another drow, and this one runs into the underbrush too. They appear to be completely retreating from you. Let's see. Yeah, there's one more that turns to flee, but is right next to you, Karauk.
Yeah.
You get an attack of opportunity against it.
Okay. Oop. That's pretty good. That's going to be a 22.
Definitely hits.
Why did I put all of my dice away? That was really dumb. Really don't know how to play D&D. Yeah, that's not great. That's a 3. It's an attack of disappointment.
Yep, it is hurt, but successfully scampers off into the foliage. Malmer, there you are looking at like 4 bodies lying dead on the path.
I will charge into the brush after the elite and try to give chase and see if I can see him.
Roll me a perception.
Okay. Oh, 19 plus 4 is 23.
You follow into the brush on the right side of the trail and see
You mean the
the
left?
drow elite. Oh, sorry. Did I say the left? I thought I said the right. I
You
marked it
said
on the right. But
oh.
okay.
I came from the right side, and I assumed they were leaving from the opposite as I had come in.
This one did. Not all of them did.
Oh, okay.
But sure. So you dart into the underbrush on the left side, Malmer. You find the Drow elite warrior. You're on a sort of cylindrical route with these other stalks growing up off of it.
Mhm.
So he has gone to the very edge, just about as far as you can go without falling off. And he is clinging to some of these stalks, and he's currently fastening a rope to one of them as though he's about to like let himself down and try to get into the underside.
But has not yet finished fixing
No,
it.
he's currently tying on the rope when you come upon him, having successfully found his hiding spot.
In that case, I will blast him with an Eldritch Blast. That's will a 19 hit him?
A 19 hits.
In
Is
that
this the
case,
Drow elite?
the other one will hit
This
as
is the
well.
Drow elite.
So this guy is going to take, from the first bolt, he's going to take 5, 10, 12 points of damage from the first, and he goes flying back 10 feet.
He what direction are you shooting him? Because you probably blast him right off the branch.
Straight out.
Yeah, he's knocked off and down and just falls.
Yeah, so and then I hit him with the second bolt for 19 points of damage for the second one.
You
So-
practically explode him.
Yeah.
His hat comes off.
Oh,
His shoes come off, and you see scattered armor tumbling end over end into the fairyland mist below you.
All right. And I turn and I say, "The leader is dead. Hunt down the rest."
oh.
Fortunately, we have a ranger.
Yeah, roll me a couple perception checks.
Alrighty.
Weathering, roll me a perception check too. Kara, roll me a perception check.
22 perception for me. 18 plus 4.
19 perception.
Natural 20, which is a 24.
You are able to
Run, but you can't hide.
you're able to hunt down the rest of them without a problem. You cut their throats. You find them in the grass and dispose of them. However you will. They're unable to resist you.
Start eating them.
Tempting.
A lot of
Kara,
blasts.
Kara, you are not hungry. I don't know what happens to an entire medium-sized creature's worth of food when
Especially
a large
when you shrink back down.
eats it and then shrinks back down.
It
I don't
becomes a
know what
goiter.
Don't know what happens.
Just squirts out the. It's a family podcast.
Dude, I didn't make this game. I didn't make the rules.
But you are not. Suffice to say, you are not hungry at all.
Yep.
I'm happy to check for any equipment if we can do it quickly. But
I have taken some
I don't
damage.
care too much about the equipment. I was just going to see if there's anything nice. But I want to tell.
If you want some drow poison, some of them have poisoning supplies.
Oh,
in
I'll take
pouches.
that.
Yeah,
Take that.
I'll take a little bit of that. A couple of vials or
Is
something.
it just
Yeah, they're little clay like pots, like little tiny clay pots with cork tops, and they have like a goop inside of them that one could spread onto an arrow or a. There are 4 total that you are able to gather up. So divide them however you want, 2 each or whatever.
2 each?
Drow poison. I see it.
Otherwise, it's just like regular rations, supplies, bedrolls, things like that.
Okay.
It does look like they were on a journey. It does not look like they're like on their day's work. Like they have bedrolls and lanterns and rations, and as though they're a military force going, marching.
I suggest two things.
I would like to. Can I cast Cure Wounds on myself real quick? I'd like to do that.
As you will.
I will do that. It is done.
Watherin says, "Hey guys, I think we need at least two things. We should push this raft off the edge, leaving no trace, hopefully,
I can.
besides the gore. And also, I need to rest. I need about 4 hours to get myself together."
Oh.
Yes, a rest would be welcome, although the whistle, that is concerning. I did not actually hear it.
We should rest somewhere not here. I say we keep pressing forward, and at the first sign of anyone coming, we veer off the path and find a way to hide ourselves.
I agree.
I think that one guy, the drow guy, was attempting to apparently secure himself to the underside of the branch. That seems like a good plan for hiding and taking a sleep.
It might
I mean,
work.
obviously a trance, not a sleep, or
Indeed.
semi-conscious.
I will you. If you two would like, you may decide what we shall do next. I will dispose of the boat.
And I'm going to turn into a Quetzalcoatlus and throw the boat over the side.
Okay.
All right. In the meantime, I guess Mal and Watherin are finding a way to shimmy underneath and get themselves good and hidden. Do I need to make any kind of survival check to accomplish that?
You absolutely do. You should describe to me exactly what you're doing, and then if you are trying to hide, make a stealth check, and also go ahead and make me a survival check for successfully making camp on the underside of this route.
I believe
wait.
Watherin has a higher survival bonus than Mal, so Mal is helping Watherin accomplish all this. He's helping him with the ropes and
I
helping.
don't have any survival bonus.
Don't you have a wisdom score?
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, it's 10. So I have a 0 bonus.
I have a +1, so why don't you help me then?
Sure enough. Watherin basically suggests that they use some of the long rope that's around from the thing, untie it from the thing, and toss the
You mean
ends.
the boat?
The boat.
You also have rope of your own.
Okay, yeah. In some fashion, basically, affix the rope to the middle of the rope to a couple of parts of like trees or something, and either toss it over one end or toss it over both ends, and try to get to the underside in such a way, like tying it with a knot that can slip off or something, in such a way as that we can get under and then remove the rope.
Once I've finished getting rid of the boat, I can drop underneath and fly. And
oh yeah, you could carry.
Yeah, carry or move things. Or
you're probably not able to hover, or maybe you are. I don't know.
No, I mean I can help.
You're muted, Josh.
He would get tired eventually, but we could very quickly travel farther down the line underneath and then come back up so that we can cross a good distance and then find a better spot further down.
Yeah, that sounds... I'm happy for that.
Okay.
Move away from where the whistle was blown and attempt to... I don't even know what the undersurface looks like, but, make a little makeshift hammocky thing.
So describe to me what your characters are going to do.
We have... Watherin says to Gravy, Gravy, come on over here.
Could say, do we have enough Do we have the means to like take one of the hull from, or like part of the hull, or the whole of the hull, and secure it to the bottom side of the from one of the boats?
I was thinking about that, about whether we could sling one of the boats underneath a branch and just have basically, like the guys who climb Yosemite and
Yeah.
stuff like that, have basically a hanging shelter that's a
Mhm.
platform hanging underneath the branch.
Sure, let's give it a try.
So we'll save the smallest of the boats on top
Yep.
and secure
Tie it
underneath.
to, if I may, Josh, is that all
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Tie a rope to, or one rope to each of like 4 spots along the length of it, and then secure those to a tree, the bigger trees, but that are far along the edge of the branch, and then throw the boat over so that it's basically hanging down like that,
Yep.
with ropes hanging down the other side of it, and then ask Gravy to go grab the ropes and kind of swing it up the other side and try to fix that.
Yep.
So you're making this plan to construct something and build something out of the pieces of these boats.
We're not really constructing anything. We're just slinging one of the boats underneath the branch.
Securing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anybody have pitons? I
Like a
don't.
10 or 15-minute endeavor
Yeah.
to actually execute.
Anyone
We
with a
tie the
basic
ropes on
kind of
2 sides of the
pitons.
boat. We hang the ropes down. Gravy flies, brings the ropes up. We tie them off. We push the boat off, and now it's down underneath, tied off.
In answer to your question,
And then we just need to cover up the rope with brush and stuff so that it's not obvious.
I do not have pitons.
You should have one. They come in the basic
I don't
trailers
think we
pack.
need pitons, so we just need to tie it off.
Okay. Well.
Not everybody gets the same starting equipment.
Oh,
Yeah, I did not.
okay.
So,
I threw mine away.
Heavy.
roll me up, I suppose, a survival check to work on this. If you're helping each other, 2 of you can assist, so you can roll with advantage.
17 plus 1 is 18.
Do we all roll?
Okay.
Watherin was helping me with the rope stuff. You were helping too, so all 3 of us are helping each other.
Oh.
So 18.
So you are resting in one of these boats. You're how far away from the scene of the battle have you flown before you tie this boat to the underside of the route?
I would have suggested something like 3/4 of the way back to the web
Entrance.
tunnel.
Can't hear you, Josh.
Sorry, so you want to go back. You want to backtrack.
Well, rather than forward towards enemies. They already mentioned a barracks. I suppose this is a conversation we're having.
That's fair.
They mentioned a barracks. I don't want to go towards a barracks. Like, let's come back a little.
If we need to rest. Okay. That's fair.
Okay. So Karauk grabs this boat. You guys are in the boat, or Karauk, you're on Karauk's back, or you're managing all this stuff, and you are going back the way you came. You do make it to a spot where you decide that you want to stop, and describe the layout. You have this boat. You've covered it up. You've attached it via a rope to the root, and you're like resting in this boat that's hanging from the underside.
Yeah, in our trance. I guess
Okay.
Gravy's not in a trance, but
He's
would be.
probably. I mean, he can use a rest. So.
Is anybody standing watch?
Gravy, do you need an 8-hour rest?
I'm I'm at about 60% health, and 2 out of 3 of my second level slots are gone.
So, Watherin suggests
Not
that
desperate, but it would help.
I can take a. Sorry.
just Watherin suggests, Mal, why don't we have Gravy do a full just rest all the way up, and one of us takes the first shift while the other is in a trance, and then switch off.
I can do with a short rest. I'll be all right.
Okay.
Who's keeping watch?
I'll keep watch first.
Where are you physically located?
I'm going to use Alter Self to make me look like a drow, and then I'm going to use Minor Illusion to kind of put, just camouflage myself. Hopefully, I don't know if that mechanically helps at all, but
On top of the branch?
yeah, and I'll be on top so that nobody can show up and cut the rope. So, but basically right on top of the rope in the brush nearby.
Okay.
So,
And the other two of you are resting down beneath.
Yeah.
About an hour goes by.
and I set the Horn of Silent alarm to key off to Watherin.
Malmer, what's your AC?
16.
There is suddenly an arrow in you where there wasn't before.
Oh, dear.
Yikes.
Take 6 points of piercing damage. And then also take 7 points of poison damage.
Okay.
And then go ahead and take 10 points of piercing damage
Okay.
and 9 points of poison damage as a second arrow lodges itself in your flesh. A third arrow sails past you harmlessly.
Okay. Mal toots that. What kind of an action does it take to toot that horn?
It'll say,
Oh, sure. Okay.
roll initiative. Those
All
of you who are awake, which is to say Malmer.
Okay, fair enough. Mal just yells, "That's enemies!" That's a 14 plus. Come on, reload. 14 plus 3 is 17 initiative.
Malmer,
Yes.
you have a turn. How far can you see?
You tell me, man. You're God here.
Yeah. But how many feet of vision do you have?
So Mal is a Eladrin, so he should have dark vision and all that good stuff. So features and traits. Scrolling down, dark vision, 60 feet. Keen senses, proficiency in the perception skill.
You can't see what's shooting at you.
Fair enough. In that case, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself, and hopefully that will keep me from dying. And after casting invisibility on myself, I'm going to move. I've got arrows sticking in me, so presumably those give me some sense of the direction in which these guys are attacking me, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that means that I'm going to travel 90 degrees to them off to the left. And
That could be off the branch.
okay, so they're in a straight line.
Yes, they're not. They're not. Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm going to get low and travel forward and left. Is presumably it's not a 5-foot wide branch, right? It's 10,
No.
20 feet wide.
The branch is like 30 or 40 feet wide.
Okay, so I'll travel 10 feet to the left and 20 feet out.
Do roll me a stealth check to keep from disturbing the plants. Although you are invisible, you can still disturb your environment and show where you are.
Okay, so that's 16 plus 3 is 19.
Okay. So you've gone off to the side into the brush to hide.
Yes,
And are also invisible.
And have yelled to let them know before I moved that we're being attacked.
Okay. Great. Both of you two, the other two of you, roll initiative.
Hey, I'm here too.
No, you're not. Sorry.
I'm not there, but I'm here.
It's true.
And did I already tell you my initiative, Matt?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I rolled a 17. It's an actual decent initiative roll. It never happens.
Weatherin.
18.
Weatherin, you hear Malmer yell, "Enemies! There are enemies!" from above you. And you come out of your trance.
Yeah, I scry on Mal. Or actually, I guess, yeah, scry on Mal. And to try to see, if I can see.
Yeah, Mal is currently invisible, but you can see him despite the fact that he's magically invisible because of your true sight. He is currently in the foliage.
Do I see any other people?
You see that he has a couple of arrows in him, but within the range of your true sight, you do not see anybody.
Okay.
Actually, what is the range of your true sight?
Give me a moment and I will tell you. I hope. It says... range or area? No. It doesn't really say.
It's probably your same sight.
Yeah, just what I can see.
Cool. Great. Karok, Malmer stirs and jumps up and like goes into his like meditation state where he's like casting a spell.
Malmer?
Sorry, not Malmer. Watherin. You wake up from your sleep at the commotion. You're hearing Malmer yell, seeing Watherin stand up suddenly.
All right.
You are in a boat hanging from a rope underneath of the branch.
All right. Croc. He turns to Watherin and says,
Tell me where to find them.
and then he's gonna roll out of the boat, and as he drops, he turns into a Quetzalcoatlus and starts to fly. And he's gonna. I guess he assumes that they are that way, or no. He assumes that they are away from the entry.
Mhm.
So he's gonna start flying in that direction, and I don't know. I guess I can go up to 80 feet. I have no idea how far to go though.
Okay.
So
Roll me.
I will go 80 feet along the underside of the path.
Roll me
Or-
perception.
Sure. Oh, we get. Do we get the? There's a bonus, sir? Right?
If you're within 10 feet of me,
I am within.
you
10
get a bonus
feet of
on a
you.
save.
Oh, on a save. Okay, sorry.
If you were within 10 feet of him, you wouldn't get to make this check anyway.
Wow, I forget to open my eyes when I wake up. I rolled a 1.
Okay.
I start flying and I slam into the road. I forgot to open my eyes.
Great. Watherin,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it was that shot Malmer, you haven't seen it.
Okay. I throw myself off the side of the boat. It's my turn, right?
Yes, we did the last set in a little bit of the wrong order. We did Malmer first, and then you rolled initiative to an initiative that was earlier than his.
Okay, sure. I also throw myself off the side
Mm-hmm.
and fall into Yellow Eyes, scrying on myself as is my habit.
Mm-hmm.
And ascend quickly. More or less the same as what Karak did, and go branchward, or sorry, inward or whatever, the direction towards the barracks.
Away from the entrance.
Yeah, away from the entrance. But I'm not under. I'm over the branch, or I'm flying upward.
Okay. And if you're using your action to look for something, go ahead and roll me a perception check to see what there is to see.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to decide. Okay. Well, for one, I have my true sight on myself. And as far as perception check, right there it is. Ooh, a 22.
See, I have to decide whether the bad guy also gets to hold actions the way you guys get to hold actions.
If it helps, I rolled a 19 plus 3. So my 22 is not a natural 20.
So I'm going to say yes, but not as effectively as you do. When you fly up above, you see crouched in the vegetation, there is a giant black hairy spider. But instead of the spider's head, it is the torso and head and arms of a dark elf woman. She is fully equipped for battle with armor. The spider also has armor platings of various kinds on it, but it's pretty tough looking as well. She's holding a wicked looking longbow and has a long sword strapped to her back. You see her raise the longbow, fit an arrow to it, and fire at you. How is a 14 against your armor class?
Not enough.
The arrow whizzes by, and with the sight, this first sight of the dread lady, a top lieutenant of Karen's army, we will close this episode of the Starfall Collective. No.
Got so much done.
Dun dun dun.
That's much.
Dun.
Dun, dun.
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun.
It'd be nice if I had a cleric in my party right now. Not
love
again. Not again, Matthew.
hey, I didn't make the rule.
I would have killed Inma itself had I had a good cleric at my back. Or even Finitier.
Ha, ha.
Guys, when I tell you, you'll love it and you'll hate it.
I already do.
That is all for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this fun Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Tune in this same time next week where I will be presenting a near total party kill, 3 out of 4 on a silver platter. It'll be a very exciting episode. And remember,
Matt's trying to kill us.
I'm not trying to kill.
Matt
Well-
has already admitted it multiple times on camera.
I told you what this bad guy was like 4 episodes ago. You had plenty of. Remember, failure is beautiful.
Death is beautiful.